my God, I am so stressed out. The ATARs are about to come out and I have no idea what I'm going to do. Please, stop yelling. Stop worrying.
This is Fahad Khan, medical student and TikTok creator.
If you want to know what you should and shouldn't do if you don't get into medicine, give this video a like and leave me your questions.
He was top of his school in Year 12, eventually receiving a 99.95 ATAR. But it wasn't enough to get him into medicine at his preferred university.
And there's been literally like 14,000 people in Australia who sit this exam hoping to become doctors and dentists. And unfortunately, for about 12,000 of you who have sat the exam, you're not going to make it. I got rejected multiple times. I sat this exam multiple times and I finally made it at the end.
Despite getting a high score, Fahad didn't perform well enough on the medical entrance exam, an additional test all aspiring doctors must take. The first year, he got a 48, the second, a 78, the third, an 88, and then, on his fourth and final attempt, he got in with a score of 98%. Now he's a year away from graduating with a degree in medicine from Western Sydney University, and is using his platform on TikTok to make it easier for other people.
Asking me, here's a day in my life as a medical student in the renal medicine team. I was always camera shy, believe it or not. Alright guys, so I'm in a library, so I have to be a little bit quiet, but I had a question to ask you guys. So I remember for the first TikTok I uploaded, it took me 6 hours to upload a 15-second TikTok because I didn't like the way I sounded and all that stuff.
Oh my God, you are not going to believe what I did in medical school today. Today I was learning the process of catheterization.
My brother, he was actually a huge inspiration. But my brother said, look, you help a lot of people online in anonymous forums. He's like, why don't you just help them out like on video? No one really does that, so you can put a face to the name. How long do you think a medical student spends every day studying? Now, if you content online...
Fahad grew up in public housing and now lives in Mount Druitt, a suburb in Western Sydney where almost a quarter of the population live below the poverty line.
When I was younger, we had like a pretty difficult time of growing up in a single mother family, and we had no role models. Most of our family members hadn't been past Year 10 education. For a lot of people from my background, they have to be working, they have to be doing all these other things. They might have family members that they're caring for. Obviously, those things are very stressful and that takes away from the person's ability to properly prepare for the exam, if at all.
Fahad believes that if more young people like him could get into medicine, it might help to solve a major problem: doctor shortages.
In Mount Druitt, every single specialty is in a shortage. No one wants to work here. For cardiovascular, heart doctors, eye doctors, kidney doctors, diabetes doctors.
And that's a fairly big problem in Western Sydney, where there are high rates of diabetes and heart disease.
My ultimate goal in terms of where to go from here is to be the thing that's missing in what I see in the system right now. I would love to be a doctor here, and I fully intend to be a doctor in this area. But the thing is, until you start getting people into the medicine from these areas, you're not going to have the spots filled.
Fahad thinks universities could do a lot more to help increase the intake of young people from underprivileged backgrounds. But in the meantime, he's started a tutoring service.
I could personally never afford tutoring throughout my high school years and through my medical school applications. If you've come from a disadvantaged background and you want UCAT tutoring or interview tutoring for free, send me a message. The reason why I chose to teach was just because I went through hell and I just want to help people go through a bit less hell. I think it makes me feel good knowing that I made their life a bit easier. We can achieve like a lot of good things, and we need more people from communities like mine to be able to be put in these positions to make like a proper difference.